We brought you here to let you know that we have made an arrest in the Indian Creek Trail homicides. The suspect is 22-year-old Frederick D. Scott of Kansas City, Missouri. Jackson County Prosecutor Gene Peters Baker will be elaborating on the charges shortly. But first, on behalf of the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department, I'd like to extend our condolences to the loved ones of the men who have lost their lives. We have worked diligently to bring the person responsible for these crimes to prosecution.
I'm announcing today charges against a single suspect in two fatal shootings about a year apart. These homicides were in the vicinity of a very popular trail in South Kansas City. The defendant in the two homicides we are announcing today is also a suspect in other homicides in that area. I am accusing the defendant, Frederick D. Scott, age 23, of Kansas City, in the murders of Stephen Gibbons, age 57, who was shot August 13, 2017, in the area of 67th Street and Troost. And I'm also charging for the murder of John Palmer, age 56, who was shot on Indian Creek Trail in the area of 99th and Holmes on August 19, 2016. In each case, our defendant is charged with murder in the first degree and armed criminal action. He is being held in the Jackson County Detention Center. On August 13, 2017, officers were dispatched on a homicide in the 1100 block of East 67th Street. Surveillance video showed our victim, Stephen Gibbons, on an ATA bus. A man exits that bus with him and is seen following him, getting closer and closer. The man following the victim is carrying and drinking from a bottle, and the camera pans away at the time of the homicide. DNA from a screw top bottle found at Gibbons' homicide scene matched the DNA found on a shirt also at the Palmer homicide scene. DNA from a cigarette that Scott was smoking was also matched from that bottle. KCPD detectives recovered that cigarette after Scott identified himself to police. Now, no charges have been filed in 3 other homicides. The defendant remains a suspect in those homicides, which are under a very, very active investigation. But at this moment, there's insufficient evidence to charge Scott in those cases. I want to beg for the public's help. We're asking for this community to step forward with any information about our defendant, any suspicious activity in the areas of these fatal shootings. We are especially interested in his acquisition, his use and disposal of guns and ammunition.